Shalom, Yasharala. All praises to the Most High. Yah. You paying attention? There's so much going on right now. If you're paying attention to what's going on, I want to highlight Alaska because nobody's really talking about the tsunami that happened in Alaska recently. And I think that's a really important thing to acknowledge is that there was a whole tsunami in Alaska. In fact, check this out.
There's new images tonight of the devastation in Alaska after this week's typhoon. The damage is catastrophic. More than 2,000 people have been displaced, some of them airlifted to safety from remote villages. The state's governor is asking President Trump for a major disaster declaration.
There will be wars and rumors of wars. Natural catastrophes. Everything that we're looking at is a sign of the times that we're currently in. And I want to make sure that I give a big shout out and send a lot of love and prayers out to the people in Jamaica. Now, it's so much happening in this world and we can ignore it. We can act like it's just happenstance, but there are more things happening right now. In the times that we in, more consistently and more frequently than any other time in history. When we're looking at the politics and the ways that the politics are playing out, when we're looking at homelessness and the ways that homelessness, and I did a story earlier and I'm going to do a few more stories around some of the homeless epidemic because that is something that's impacted anybody who is working, losing their job. Just like I said, there's a lot of working homeless people going on right now. So there is that. And then outside of that, just where people are at with one another, the echo chambers, the ways that people have been conditioned. We're in a time right now where if you're not paying attention, you might be asleep to the reality of what we're dealing with right now in society and in culture. Check this one out with Jamaica.
Hurricane Melissa growing to a Category 5 this morning.
How are you feeling?
Well, right now, worried.
The deadly storm churning through the Caribbean and preparing to pummel Jamaica through the coming days. Residents filling up gas canisters to power generators and boarding up windows as the monster storm approaches. At least 3 storm-related deaths have been confirmed in Haiti, along with 1 fatality in the Dominican Republic, where dozens of people are currently in shelters, including this mother and her 4-month-old infant, after first responders rescued them from a flooded home. Many American tourists are trying to cut their vacation short, some passengers arriving in the U.S. on one of the last flights out.
There was a lot of turbulence. It was almost like getting out and watching the rain come behind us.
Beer rain, my people in Kingston, Jamaica. Beer rain. Lightning all across. You hear that? You hear that, my people?
Well, the reality of things is getting thick right now. One of the things that I will say is we're talking about the cycles, right? The thing about a prophecy is cycles. The prophecy is a cycle of things that we can see that have already happened in other times. And being able to recognize the cycles in the ways that cycles happen in present time, the ways that cycles impacted in the past, whether we're talking about government systems, whether we're talking about natural catastrophes, whether we're talking about the cycles of racism or even the cycles of the ways that people move and navigate wars. All of these different things are cycles. And one of the most important thing about recognizing the cycle is who you are. How are you preparing yourself? Now, mindfulness of and awareness of this is important. But when we turn to the actual word, when we turn to Torah, when we turn to spiritual practices, when we go into our meditations, when we go into our prayer life, one of the things that we have to understand is that these are the tools and resources that we need to get through the tragic times that we're in, the storms, the tsunamis, the politics, and everything that goes in to what we're currently dealing with within society. We're in a time right now where you have to be rooted in some style of practice to be able to evolve into who you need to be in these times. And really, when we're talking about the end times, when we're talking about the book of Revelations, when we're talking about the mark of the beast and all of these things that are prophesied to come, it's really getting closer to the Creator that helps you to get through these hard times. Prayer, understanding who the Most High is outside of the constructs of another person telling you. See, the thing about knowing the Most High, knowing who the Creator is, knowing Yahuwah, is that you actually know when you actually have a relationship, because you can see within the ways that you pray for things. You can see within the correction of sin that you have in your own personal life and the ways that you have to move and navigate to change the pain that you're going through. See, the thing is, in this time, it's important to be in a mindset of repentance. It's important to be in a mindset of turning away from the things that are stagnating your relationship with your Creator, your relationship within yourself. These are just algorithms that are foretelling what's to come. Whether we're talking about the storms that are happening, the wars that are happening, the laws that are changing, the ways that people are impacted, these are just indicators of what is already to come. You can't hide from it. You can't avoid it. You have to fully recognize it, acknowledge it, and engage it. And some of us are called to speak about it. Some of us are called to help others get prepared for this time. When we're thinking about Noah, Noah was one of the few souls in his time that wasn't tainted by the ways of the world, meaning that he didn't subscribe or be succumbed to the genetic changes that were happening in those times. He wasn't somebody who actually was lost in the illusion that was being sold within lust, within idolatry, within just the ways that the people were moving during those times. Being peculiar, being different, being chosen. Those are the things that get you through these times. When everybody else is going left, you're going right. When everybody is chasing the gold, the money, the fame, if you do work hard for those resources, you got to plan specifically. You're building an ark to go ahead and help those who are like-minded, your family members, those who need you to get off of this flood that's here to come. These are the days of Noah that we're in. These are days of preparation that we have to prepare for. We have to prepare our children and educate them and teach them and prepare them for things to come. Helping them to realize that this is not the ways that it was, but also helping them to realize that through faith, understanding who the Most High is, there's nothing that can stop us. The thing about faith is when everybody else is in panic, you're rooted in a Creator who has shown you the path and shown you the way to be able to navigate and to get out of the chaos. And if you really think about the book of Exodus, and when they did Passover, they put the blood over the door, right? The thing about it is the storm passed over them and it persecuted those who were actually in the wrong. Repentance is the blood over the door. Repentance is the ways that we submit to our Creator and allow that storm to fly over us. And when we're talking about the tsunami, when we're talking about Jamaica and what's happening within the hurricane that's to come, the one thing that I will say is those people who are of faith in Jamaica, we're praying for you. And also make sure that you are in your own prayer, in your own connection within the Creator, because these times that we're in, as long as we're connected to a most high Creator who is able to help us withstand any of these storms, there's nothing that we should fear. So these are some of the things that I wanted to go ahead and touch on because I see everything that's happening. Nobody's talking about that tsunami in Alaska. Like there are things that are happening currently at such a rapid pace that people are missing the actual tragedies that are happening. Some people have actually blind spots to things that are happening right now culturally. Pay attention, y'all. And not just pay attention, get in prayer, get in focus, understand the Creator. I just wanted to go ahead and drop that on you. All praises to the Most High Yah. Like and subscribe. I got more content coming. I got more perspective that I'm going to be touching on. Shalom. I'm out.